so there's more bathrooms off to my right. And the trail name we're doing is too long for me to actually say. So I'll put it down at the bottom of the screen. I guess some people have gone out fishing. Some people haven't arrived. Some people have gone out on hikes. Yeah, which is what I'm doing right now. I mean, we're here to enjoy ourselves, right? So our trailhead is right here, which I could have walked from the campground down here because it's literally maybe like 100 yards. But yeah, we're gonna, like I said, the famous Pennsylvania Mid-State Trail actually runs through this state park. So, all right, let's check this out. So we are currently on the Mid-State Trail, and we are going until we meet up with a left-hand turn or trail junction at Shingle Path. But I just noticed this ruin right here. Let's check this out first. I'm guessing this is a old chimney, fireplace, something. That's pretty awesome. Wonder if that's the feeding hole and the rest of whatever this was. All right, continue on our trail here. Should take us 2.5, 3 hours to do this, which will get us back there by dinner time. Super happy to see all of the greenery that's still here. I'll tell you, with this time change, it just feels so weird. It feels like it's later than what it is. Honestly, right now, feels like it's 5 in the evening. And it's only like 12:30, 1 o'clock. But, whew, let me catch my breath. Okay, I was up early this morning too. So, anywho, this trail is 4.8 miles. We're just gonna round that up to 5 to make me sound like a more involved hiker. There is no hunting in this area, hence no blaze orange today. Who knows, maybe I'll run across another creator or some wildlife. That would be cool. Well, I'm not a vehicle, so by the way, we are officially on Shingle Path now. It feels really good to be out here in a completely new area. Of course, I've been to new areas before, but this is awesome. With all the plant life and shrubbery that's still surrounding the trail, but yet it's clearly defined. I love it. This makes me happy. And being so, this channel is about my mental health. Maybe I can say some words or inspire you to get out and challenge yourself physically and mentally and get your head in a better headspace. Being out here won't make everybody happy. In fact, they'll hate it. You can hear how out of breath I am. Miss Mindy doesn't like that. I have some friends that wouldn't like that, but I love it. You may like it too. Oh, back to our ways. I thought we had a trail junction, but it's just a down tree. It's been a steady uphill, nothing too crazy, but It's been steady, like I said. Get the blood pumping. Get the old brain operating. Okay, so I did just find a tick on me. So apparently, I mean, they never really go away, but apparently they're still out enough. So I just sprayed down myself with some pretty heavy duty DEET. I run out of permethrin, which I should have bought before I come out on this trip, but I think walking through this shrubbery doesn't make things easier. But anywho, we're gonna keep trucking. Well, pretty sure we made it to the top. I found about 6 more ticks on me. So I just gotta stop and keep checking myself. Don't need no bites, especially coincidental ones like I just seen on social media that make you allergic to red meat, like forever, I guess. I don't want that. So we're gonna have to do a real good check over when we get back or when we get out of this shrubbery. All right, here we go. We'll do a real quick tick check and we're gonna head on down the trail, which as you can see is wide open. So shingle path continues down that way, but we want to stay on this to complete our loop. Thankfully, we're walking out in the open out of that. I don't know, is that that ain't rhododendron, is it? Correct me if I'm wrong, or correct me down in the comments. Tell me what it is. Maybe it's a form of rhododendron. Maybe it is rhododendron. I don't know. Now I'm going to be all paranoid about ticks. I did respray myself down. So now that we're out of that thick bush, like I said, we shouldn't have an issue. But I have an inkling we'll end up going back through it. I had to shed that flannel too. That was holding back too much heat. I need to let that go. So up ahead here, probably about 1/4 mile, there is a turn that we have to make, but if we keep going straight, it actually takes us to the, I believe it's the Thickhead Mountain Lookout or something like that. But yeah, we did pass the Rocky Mountain Passage, or Rocky Passage, something like that too. I'm not good at remembering things, even though I just saw them. What a beautiful day. Well, I mean, the sun ain't shining, but it don't make it not a beautiful day. I'm just super excited when I'm done with the hike. I don't have to go back home. I can go to a campsite. I can chill out. Today, I'm going to actually meet some creators that I have never met before. I'm going to meet some creators that I've been talking to online but never met in person. So I'm excited. This whole day has been exciting. That's probably why I didn't sleep past 5 a.m. Before we start really hauling butt to that lookout, I've noticed we've had a few new subscribers. I wanted to say hello. My name is Travis. Thanks for subscribing. I hike and I camp and I explore to forget about the daily life garbage, bills, work, etc., etc. I help bring my mind back to center, slow my gears down, just relax. If I don't do this, I literally go stir crazy. I get frustrated with life. I get frustrated easily with things. So it's better I come out on trail and get that negative energy out, so to speak, rather than take it out on somebody or something. So hi, welcome aboard. Thanks for being here. So I just got a notification from All Trails. There is a site up ahead called McKinney Spring. So I guess we'll see that before the Vista. I just want to tell everybody that I don't do research before I come out on these trails or visit these state parks. I just go and I see what I see, and I learn about it afterwards in the editing process. So if I find anything, any information on this spring, of course, then again, there's a kiosk signage right there. So maybe it'll tell you all about it. All right, I'll get in here nice and close. Y'all can pause if you'd like to read. All right, here we go back into the brush. Let's go see this spring. And here we are. I mean, filtered, the water might be good to drink, but springs are usually never a serious sight to behold. But that is McKinney Spring. Okay, so here's where we turn. But we got to go this way to get to our lookout. So we're going to continue hiking on up this way. Okay, so all trails said go straight from where we were at. I was going straight. Apparently it wasn't straight enough. It actually, where we're supposed to go to see the lookout, veered to the left. So we've got to walk, I would say about a football field's length back to the junction and then hang a left. Okay, let's get back on the correct trail here. Hopefully it's not too far out here. By all trails, it doesn't look like it is. But I want to see what this vista has to offer. I am a DA, so that way looks straight. Then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, we ain't on trail. That way, I got a notification we were off trail. Let me show you. Y'all see that right there? That's the trailhead to the lookout. It even says Penn Lookout Trail. These brown posts, they blend in with things. Other than that, you got to jump that, you got to hurdle that ditch in order to, but yeah, here we are. Golly. Well, this has never happened before. So I just want to tell you guys that I almost made it to the lookout. I probably should have kept going, but never did. This trail is not maintained well. I had to bushwhack. It's overgrown. Just crazy. Let's get back to the regular trail. Okay, guys. That was a mess, but we're going to turn right onto the trail we're supposed to be on. And probably just continue to wipe ticks off us as we go. I will never come out on trail without permethrin ever again, because it's been a nightmare. I've honestly, except for that trip to New Jersey, I've never had this much of a problem with ticks. And they're tiny little buggers too. So, like, thankfully I wore light colored pants and I can see the little brown specks on them. So I just wipe them off as I notice them. But had I had used the permethrin, probably I've never had a problem. But anyway, we'll just have to check really good when we get done, or as we come to openings in the trail. Okay, if you can't tell already, we're going uphill. A few rocks to scramble around, but we'll get it done. Well, I think we have our first descent coming up on us. But taking a minute here, you can tell we've gone up quite a bit. So we'll take it nice and easy down these rocks, because the last thing I need to do is face plant. I laugh, you guys would probably laugh, but my dentist probably wouldn't be happy. Fun fact about me, one of my front teeth are fake. Can you guess which one? Leave it down in the comments. Later, I will reveal which one it is and how it happened. Okay, we are coming from all the way up there. I'll kind of give you a 360 view of what it looks like. This is keeping the camera straight. That's going down. But, yeah. So there's actually a couple of these along this trail, like openings. What seems like it'd be a campsite. I don't think it is. It looks like maybe there's a trail that goes back in there someplace. I don't know. But, yeah, I've had to stop a couple times now and wipe more ticks off me. So, yeah, this hasn't been the greatest of trails. I mean, if you want to work out, absolutely. But if you want to stop every 5 to 10 minutes and wipe ticks off you, this is the trail for you. I couldn't imagine what it's like in the summertime when ticks are out full bore. But I believe we got a trail junction coming up here. Hopefully we can get out of this shrubbery. Looks like we got a road up here. Okay, now that we got to the road, I'm gonna unbuckle, grab something to drink, and check myself over pretty good. Take my shirt off. Y'all don't want to see that. That water tastes good. Really good. Believe it or not, this is left over from last week's hike. So our trail, we got a road walk. We're going to be walking up that way. I don't know if that's going to take us to the road that curves back down around where the campsites are upright, or if it's going to take us down the road where we meet right up with the car. But I'm going to drink some more water here. We'll get the chugging. Back down the road, that is. Man, I don't think you've really felt cold until you put a sweaty shirt back on your dry skin. Holy crap. All right, so like I said, we got a road walk here. Not sure where it's going to bring us out, but we're just going to enjoy being out of the shrubbery and stop looking for ticks every 5 seconds. And there's one. Look at him. Little B words. Holy crap, man. I think what they're doing is I find most of them down on my ankle area, and I think they're hopping on me, hitching a ride from the leaves. So, all right, let's see what this sign says. All right, so our state park is that way, but our trail continues this way. So the GPS said we got like 2 miles left. So I'm fine with a little bit of road walking right now. Ooh, what did I see? Aw, poor guy got squished. I do hear some gunshots off in the distance. So maybe there's state game lands or private of course, there's private property. I did see a lot of private property signs as I was driving in to the state park. Just don't want any of them little ticks crawling in my beard and making a home. I'm paranoid now. All right, so this is our next trail turn on, or junction, you could say. Anyway, we got this cool little bridge here. That bridge is not in the greatest shape. Wow. Check out this mushroom or fungus or whatever it is. Holy crap. That thing's huge. So I'm noticing we go through a real thick bushy section and we come to like a little rock opening like this. Ooh, I almost went down. That did not feel good on the ankle. All right, my dudes, my battery is once again dying. And it died faster this time because I'm actually doing GPS on this phone because I have service out here and the other GPS phone that I use does not. So I'm gonna put you away and only show you the highlights if there is any. So far there really hasn't been any. This has just been a hike through the woods mostly. We tried making it to that vista, but like I said, it was just too overgrown. I just assumed cut that part out and spare you basically nothing. Anyway, we'll see you when there's something to see or at the end. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know this one's going to be a long one, but it'll be worth the watch, I think. Broad Mountain West Loop. That's what we are turning on. Goes right up that way. Okay. This trail is going to take us right back down to the parking lot. So here we go. I'll see you guys when we get to the lake. Well, apparently we're going to have a road walk. Trailhead parking. Woo, almost went down. All right. I know it's back that way. That's the that's the campground. But we take this, and this will take us right back to the trailhead. But again, we get to see the lake. Well, I guess this is what they call Penn Roosevelt Lake. It's more of a pond, really, but it's got this pretty cool rock. I don't know, maybe it's a dam. I don't know what this is. I would think it's probably like a dam or something. But over here, I could only assume is where the water kind of trickles down through the creek over there. Yeah, this is where overflow runs. So the trail actually continues over there. So we will go back over there and go down through there and walk back through there. Then, I don't know if you can see my windshield. It's right over there. Born to be wild, introspective. Born to be wild. All right, I'll stop. I'm not Day Hike Dave. I don't sing as well. Matter of fact, I don't sing it at all. I think these ones are absolutely beautiful rattlesnakes. The darker colored ones, I mean, they're all beautiful to look at, again, from a safe distance. Oh, it's within reach. Hi. Obviously, I'm home now. I had a super stellar, awesome weekend. The hike wasn't that great, but it was still nice to be on trail. Usually it's always nice to be on trail. So one thing I noticed during the editing process is I forgot to tell you about, speaking, if you watched to that point, talking about my teeth and how one of my tooth was fake. Anyway, and how it got that way. But first, before we get to that, I had the first 2 additions to my Nalgene bottle. Thank you, Dayhike Dave, and thank you, Darcy from Darcy's Hiking Diaries, for giving me stickers to put on my Nalgene bottle. I appreciate you. I also have one coming from Lovey, the feral female. So thank you, Lovey. I appreciate you. And it was really, really nice to meet everybody. But anyway, story time. So back when I was in grade school, I played Pee Wee football. I played football for like 11 years. And one day we were going into football practice, and I walked up and I smacked this fellow teammate on the shoulder pads. And I said, "What's up, buddy?" And he goes, "Nothing." And he swung his helmet around. Well, he meant to hit me in my chest pad right here. He did. But what happened is the force, it hit and it slid up into my mouth. And, not to be gross, but this tooth right here is fake. It's very fake. Well, it's only half fake. Let me clarify that. Half of it broke off from the impact of that helmet. I actually swallowed the tooth. And originally, at that time, dentistry, I don't want to say like this was like an eternity ago, you know, back in black and white TV days, but back when I was a kid, dentistry wasn't as advanced. They had different ways of doing things. And the dentist took a plastic cap and put it over my tooth. And throughout the years, that actually fell off twice. My last time I had this tooth, it actually, the dentist, he put a molding on it, which basically adheres to your tooth and hardens like concrete, like bone. So this tooth, half of it is fake, and it's been molded to fit my bite. And yeah, so that's how that happened. Football helmet to the mouth, broke half the tooth. And yeah, anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Thank you guys for watching, and y'all stay safe, stay healthy, and please be good to each other. We'll see you next time.